really know too much about, that. But I know that the IBF, they acknowledged me right away.
Right.
They went with what everybody else saw, the new champion being crowned. And the WBC and WBA.
Yeah, they fell in line afterwards, right?
Right.
Right.
Right. So now I'm, related to as undisputed heavyweight champion.
Right.
It kind of put a damper on it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Where was the one Japanese judge? What was he watching? They found out afterwards that he had Tyson ahead, and I saw the fight. And it was incredible. How could the judge have Tyson ahead, do you think?
It's happened before where, judges have seen different fights than everybody else.
I don't know which one he was watching because it was... I don't know what he was watching because it was too obvious.
Fortunately enough, the verdict was made. I made the verdict without a doubt, who was the winner.
Okay, now everybody's saying, who are you going to fight next? Evander Holyfield has been mentioned. People say you ought to have a rematch with Mike Tyson. Have you decided on anything yet and where it's going to be held?
I'm willing to fight, anyone in the top 10. I'm an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Right.
I'm ready to take on all comers.
Yeah. Who would you guess would be your next, if you had to make a calculated guess now?
Well, really, any of them.
Yeah.
George Foreman has been mentioned.
That's right.
What
was your biggest purse, Buster, before this fight that you made in boxing?
I think it was $200,000.
$200,000. Well, that's a pretty good purse.
Well, yeah, I was making, a decent living.
Yeah, that's decent. That's more than decent. But they're talking about a $20 or $25 million gate for this next fight, be it whoever. Does that sound reasonable?
That sounds a little reasonable.
A little more reasonable than the $200,000, huh?
Right. I think I can manage a nice living with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they, now I know a lot of people are after you. Everybody, wants you now. I understand they were trying to get it at Caesar's Palace. They were trying to get it at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. That Donald Trump was thinking he was going to do it at the Trump Plaza. Have you decided where it might take place or when it might take place?
Well, they're still negotiating that. But
see, if you go to the Trump Plaza, you could get Donald and Ivana on the undercard.
That's the thought. You see, but then in that case, I may be upstaged.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you might be better off staying away from them right now. Yeah, they're all over the papers.
West, yeah.
I know you went over to Japan under kind of a cloud, a sad cloud. Your mother had passed away in January, and she was the one, from what I read about your career, who kind of got you started in a way because when you were a young kid, kids were picking on you, and she says, well, look, if you don't want to be picked on, go out and learn to take care of yourself. Is that?
Well, she didn't put it like that.
Yeah.
It's more like, she told me, when she grabbed me, pushed me down, told me, well, either it's them or me, and it was hands down, it was going to be them.
That was it.
And then she also, once she did that, she had to turn me off.
Right.
I mean, it just toned me down because then parents were coming over like, look what your son has done to my son.
Sure.
Because, it was like, as soon as someone would say something, it was ripping to them.
Is it true the one time you said you thought it was kind of the fighting you didn't want to do it for a while because you had a basketball scholarship, if I remember, and you thought it was kind of brutal and you didn't know whether you wanted to be a fighter?
I had no intentions on being a professional fighter. I did it, for 5 years as an amateur.
Right.
But I had no intentions at all. Yeah, I thought it was not brutal, but it was just hard. I know how hard my father, had fought and trained, and it took a lot of dedication. So it took some time to finally, realize, my dream. I had to have a total focus.
Well, you got it now, and you're just 29. You're probably, at the peak of your strength, and you could probably dominate the boxing for the next 3 or 4 years if you stay on, if you stay in shape, right? How would you fight Tyson next time, if you fight him? Any differently than you did? You couldn't do much better,
No, I would fight him the same, fight him hard and hit him often.
Yeah. I like that. Hit him hard and hit him often. Oh, look, I want to thank you for coming tonight, Buster. I know there are a lot of demands on your time, and everybody in the country wants a piece of you, and I really appreciate you coming here tonight. Nice talking with you.
Thanks for having me, John.
Well, congratulations and good luck. Yeah. We'll watch you the next fight, huh? Thanks, Buster. Thank you, Mark. Hit him. Good philosophy. Hit him hard and hit him often.
That's it.
That'll do it. We'll be right back. Bob Newhart is here. Stay where you are.